Demon Slayer, best fight scenes in the Infinity Fortress arc. The Demon Slayers and Hashira take on their most formidable enemies, the 12 Kizuki in Muzan's Infinity Castle, in one of the story's best arcs. In Demon Slayer, many of the battles in the final arc take place in Muzan's Infinity Castle, also known as the Dimensional Infinity Fortress. The Infinity Castle has only been seen in the anime on a handful of occasions, first debuting in the Season 1 finale. While the Infinity Castle arc has yet to take place in the anime, the battle to protect Nezuko and humankind has already fully played out in the manga. Each confrontation brings forth new moments of power, introspection, and awesome fight sequences. There are revelations about ancestry, new abilities are awakened, and even hints of romance. Many of these fights also include the death of significant characters, so this is the last chance to get out without major spoilers. Number 7. Mitsuri Kanroji and Obana Iguro vs. Nakim. The Love Hashira Mitsuri Kanroji and the Serpent Hashira, Obana Iguro, team up against the new upper-rank 4 demon and master of the Infinity Castle, Nakim. Mitsuri's motivation for this battle comes from knowing Shinobu has laid down her life for her younger counterparts. She immediately attempts to behead Nakim, but is promptly thrown to her death until Obanai saves her. Mitsuri is embarrassed by her arrogance, and Obanai humbles her by saying they should proceed calmly. Immediately after their resolution to proceed with caution, they are separated by the infinity doors that Nakim keeps throwing their way. Since Nakim's attacks are not as deadly as those of her 12 Kizuki counterparts, she creates a battle of endurance and patience. Towards the end of the battle, Yushiro, Tamayo's demon companion and Tanjiro's friend, joins their fight, which is enough to tip the scales in the hero's favor. Number 6. Shinobu Kocho vs. Doma. The insect Hashira Shinobu Kocho faced down the upper-rank 2 demon, Doma, in the Infinity Castle. For Shinobu, this was a personal fight. Doma killed her older sister, the former flower Hashira Kanai. Doma taunted her, telling Shinobu that he regrets not being able to consume her sister back then. Shinobu's emotions made her reactionary in this battle, and Doma noticed this, revealing that he already knows about her poisoning methods. This battle is as swift and deadly as Shinobu's insect breathing. Doma goaded her into fighting with a punctured lung and a broken rib and collarbone. It initially appeared that she defeated him with a 6-stroke centipede 100-legged zigzag that left Doma pinned to the ceiling. But Shinobu reacted too slowly, while he is able to regenerate rapidly. Doma ends up killing her in front of Kanao, her protege, and absorbing her into his body. Number 5. Kanao Tsuyuri and Inosuke Hashibira vs. Doma. Kanao reacts to Shinobu's death with fury and engages Doma right away. Inosuke Hashibira then joins in after the fighting has started, using his beast breathing to protect Kanao. His immediate excitement is a classic draw for fans because he notes that if he defeats Doma, he can become a Hashira. However, as the fight drags on, Doma begins to feel unwell. Shinobu had laced her own body with poison at a dose that was sure to kill any demon that consumed her. This battle is interesting because of Kanao's speed, and she even surprised Doma with her ability to react to his attacks. Inosuke's battle techniques remain similar to his past fights, as he takes surprises with a shrug of the shoulders. Ultimately, the two fought well, but Shinobu is the one who deserves credit for the kill due to her poisons. Number 4. Demon Slayers vs. Muzan Kibutsuji. This Infinity Castle battle starts and ends with the strongest Demon Slayers and Hashira fighting alongside each other to take down Muzan. When Muzan arrived at the Ubuyashiki estate, Kagaya had planted an explosion to weaken him and allow the others to attempt to take him out. When Guillaume decapitated him, he simply regenerated. The others attempted to land blows as well, before the entire group is separated and transported into the Infinity Castle. Muzan's unmatched ability to regenerate makes this fight the most frustrating for the Demon Slayers and Hashira because they can continue to crush and dismember him, but for how long? After all the battles between individuals throughout the castle, Muzan is dissolving Tamayo's demon-slaying drug and preparing for another epic battle. Number 3. Muichiro Tokito, Genya Shinazugawa, Sanemi Shinazugawa, and Guillaume Himejima vs. Kokushibo. Battling the upper-rank 1 Kizuki Kokushibo required several of the most powerful demon slayers, including the strongest of all, Stone Hashira Guillaume Himejima. The battle begins with Muichiro getting separated from Guillaume by Nakime, leaving him to face Kokushibo alone. This initial matchup takes off with the realization that Muichiro is Kokushibo's blood relative, albeit separated by hundreds of years. This battle rotates in one-on-one scenarios, each with a familial realization of what their lives could have been, or in Guillaume's case, the realization that he couldn't save his most special stone-breathing techniques for Muzan. This courage revealed his Demon Slayer mark, enhancing Guillaume's power even further. The ultimate move of combining Guillaume's serpentinite bipolar and Sanemi's gale, sudden gusts, makes them think they had Kokushibo cornered, only to realize his hidden blades had injured them all. When Kokushibo is confronted with his past, a reminder of his brother he could never measure up to, his rage lashes out in the form of blades emerging from his flesh, which take out Muichiro and Genya, though they still fight in their dismembered forms. They lay into Kokushibo until he slices Muichiro to death. Kokushibo is still pierced through by Muichiro's red Nichiren sword, which weakens him as he continues to fight, until finally he's unable to regenerate. Kokushibo reflects on what a monster he had become as he died. This battle is one of the longest and most heart-wrenching in the Infinity Castle arc. Number 2. Zenitsu Agatsuma vs. Kaigaku. Zenitsu is the hero that is constantly down on himself and worried. His endless worry seems to have diminished, however, when he has to battle his fellow Demon Slayer student, Kaigaku. Kaigaku had studied under the former Thunder Hashira with Zenitsu before surrendering himself to Kokushibo, eventually becoming the new Upper Six demon. Kaigaku doesn't like being disrespected, but Zenitsu refuses to back down and taunts Kaigaku, saying that he is only a lowly replacement for Muzan's former upper ranks. This is another battle between two characters that share a past. Zenitsu holds a grudge against Kaigaku, blaming him for their master's death. They face off using thunder breathing against one another, but Zenitsu's swordsmanship and speed have grown since their last encounter. Kaigaku's taunting leads to his downfall as Zenitsu delivers his own creation, thunder breathing. 7th form, Honoikazuchi no Kami. They both fall through the Infinity Castle to what could be their death, but Zenitsu is rescued. Number 1. Tanjiro Kamado and Giyu Tomioka vs. Akaza. Tanjiro Kamado is the typical shonen main character, having experienced multiple tragedies that lead him through his Demon Slayer story arc and developed him into one of the most powerful characters in the series. Tomioka, the water Hashira who initially didn't want anything to do with Tanjiro's training, fights alongside him against Akaza, the same upper-rank 3 demon that killed the beloved flame Hashira Rengoku. The battle is personal for Tanjiro, and it's apparent in his use of Hinokami Kagura, the dance of the fire god, swiftly followed by fake rainbow, impressing both Tomioka and Akaza. Tomioka starts the battle rather casually for fighting an upper-rank Kizuki, but he's also using powerful moves like his personal 11th form, Dead Calm, earning remarks of awe from Akaza. Tanjiro and Tomioka counter Akaza's attacks from every angle, making this an intense battle with a good balance of back and forth. Tanjiro provokes Akaza with the mention that the strong should help those that are weak, triggering Akaza's memories of his old master. Tomioka's senses emerge during this battle, awakening his Demon Slayer mark. This fight also unlocks Tanjiro's transparent world, the ability to attack without killing intent by taking Akaza into a dimension where Tomioka and Tanjiro are able to decapitate him and disintegrate his head while his body fought on. The two heroes are injured, but as Akaza tries to recover, he realizes that this battle has reminded him why he wanted to be powerful in the first place. He admits defeat, using his own technique on himself to die peacefully and be reunited with those he loved in a previous life. Demon Slayer's Infinity Castle arc definitely contains some of the most brutal battles in the series, and it wasn't afraid to kill off characters, both good and evil. While some fans may be disappointed to see their favorites die, they at least got an epic send-off with their final confrontations. As awesome as these fights were in the manga, fans can't wait to see them animated when the Demon Slayer anime reaches this final arc. Thanks for watching.